To get the week off to a great start, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Joining me tonight, Grant Hill and Steve Smith. I'm Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Fred VanVleet, a first-time All-Star in 2021, said of his journey, quote, "It's like a movie storyline, just scratching and clawing, all the work and the sacrifices. I'm always going to have this great perspective that allows me to navigate differently and helps me succeed." Brian?
Allie, his toughness and IQ, a big factor for them. Thanks for that. Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. The forward duo, the athletic pair of Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Pirtle in at center. And for Washington, Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Daniel Gafford, and it's Kuzma in at the three, the small forward. And so off the tip, it's Toronto. VanVleet with it. Pass to Anunoby. Siakam with it. Now VanVleet jacks up a three. Here's Pirtle. And yep, it's good.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
Kuzma outside. 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Beal's shot is off. VanVleet against Morris. VanVleet outside. Pass to Siakam. 6 to shoot. Over Porzingis. Great D that time from Porzingis. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Raptors out in front. They lead by a bucket. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
DC family, a big round of applause.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And Washington has possession. So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. VanVleet and Trent Jr. team up as the backcourt. Achua is out there with Thaddeus Young. And it's Barnes in at the three spot. And here's Kispert from the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
Trent, the pass to Achua. Oh, Beal picks his pocket. The three is up. No good. There's 18 seconds left in the second. VanVleet outside. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Bradley Beal.
Assertive play by Fred in the paint. He wanted that foul, and he got it.
Fred VanVleet. 2 shots.
That free throw good from VanVleet.
He's always been a tremendous defender, in my opinion, and he knows he's going to knock down his free throws. But now Fred VanVleet has emerged as a terrific all-around scorer. He can pretty much do it all.
Both free throws good from VanVleet.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
On the wing, Kuzma. Shoots over Anunoby. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Raptors out in front, leading by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here, welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They led by 2 after the first. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Playing on the road is having no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotels, the buses, it's a grind. It can zap your energy level. But right now, they look like a fresher team. And we'll see if they hit the wall in the second half.
And over to Shaq now. Your take on the Wizards.
At this point, you feel like they have to attack inside, make the offense more dynamic. Looks like they're not even trying to make things happen in the paint. If you ask me, they're leaving food on the table down there.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Here they come, DC.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Now Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Kyle Kuzma out there with Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Gafford in at the 5. That's the group for Washington right now. Now the Raptors with it. They lead by 4. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Barnes has got his first basket.
Nice, quick decision from Scotty Barnes, and he knocks it down.
Beal outside. Lets it fly. Here's Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Here's Siakam. Good D by Porzingis.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Raptors out in front, up 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Trent Jr. and Anunoby out on the wings. Then there's Precious Achua. Then it's Fred VanVleet. They get the rebound. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Relentless energy from OG. Defense can't counter his explosiveness on the boards.
Washington calls timeout. They're losing by 6. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Wes Unseld Jr. had to say to his team, and he had plenty of confidence. He told his players, we've worn those guys down. We can take advantage of it. We're not going away until the last second. Let's see how they respond. Back over to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's Kuzma, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Kyle Kuzma is smart at knowing how to get calls. Gotta be careful guarding him.
At the line for Washington, Kyle Kuzma. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Kyle Kuzma is trying to be more of a team player. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he's starting to accept his role.
Gafford, he's checked in for Washington. And he ends up making the second. And that brings him within 5.
And trying to cut into this deficit, tough to leave any points on the table.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Van Vliet double team. Nunn defends. Can't connect from short range. So it's all come down to this.
It's really that time where your leaders must step up.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And he sinks it. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Solid at fighting through contact. I like how Kuzma accepts these challenges and converts.
And Toronto calls time here. They're ahead by 3. 17 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Let's take a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Fred VanVleet.
Can you say vintage? Wow, this was a vintage performance. I mean, so much of the game is about the 3-ball today, but his focus was going hard into the paint and doing damage from inside.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Shooting for Toronto, Fred VanVleet, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
Fred VanVleet always trying to find ways to make his teammates better. Let's see if he can come through at this moment.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those 2 to fall.
Now a timeout called by Washington. They're down by 5. 16 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. Your thoughts, guys?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picking.
$16 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Beal. For 3. Siakam pulls down the board. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
3rd team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Fred VanVleet. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Morris. Kuzma for three. Offline. So the Raptors win it. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Hey there, I'm here with Pascal Siakam. The shots were falling for you tonight. How'd you like the flow offensively?
All right, Allie, thank you.